Hello everyone. It's been a minute, hasn't it? I hope everyone's Thanksgiving was as pleasant and as enjoyable as the last one. 'Tis the season. Yes, this is my Christmas tree. Comprised of nothing but antique ornaments, bubble lights, and tinsel. Smoking my Royal House Limited straight billiard. They can't see it. Well, that's not going to do anything, so. One of my favorite pipes, if not my go-to pipe for anything. And in it, my favorite blend, which they don't make anymore. Sutliff Private Stock, the Academy. Hence you can't see it, because it's so dark in here. But trust me, it's the Academy. Just sitting here enjoying some coffee. One of your YouTubers, one of our own. Sorry, I despise ads. Peter Tucker had said that he hadn't seen me for quite some time, and he showed me a new pipe that he got for the holidays. I thought to myself, you know, it has been a while since I've actually made a video. So here I am. Whether I was missed or not was one thing to the next, but it's been a while. It's been a good while. And so I'm back, at least for a few more videos. I was looking through my pipes the other day because my mother wants, I think she's going to get me a pipe. I'm not too sure. But she asked me if I had any of a particular shape, and so I was looking, and I have my Prince of Wales pipe, which is my bigger one, my Chadwick pipe. And I have some Stanwells, and I have the Nording pipe that PA pipe guy gave me, which I had out the other day. I have a remarkable pipe that Professor Jeremiah gave me. Which I have smoked several times. It's smooth here, but it's rustic here. And the chart topper I smoked in this, and I absolutely loved it. I devoured it. It was my favorite blend. I can't find it too much. And then I have my Dr. Grabaus and my Petersons and my Bulldogs and my Royal House Limited. But then I stumbled across one that I've never smoked before, and I thought to myself, I have to do a video soon. Because it's never been smoked. It is the Stanwell Night and Day. So. And I have a wonderful tin of holiday tobacco by Peterson that Peter gifted me last year. Oh, last year was a terrible year. So I'm looking forward to that. So, but how is everyone? Has any topics reared of any interest? Besides my year-long absence. I mean, I just haven't been caught up in it, and to go through and to watch each video, I mean, it's quite time-consuming, especially when you don't have time on your hands, so, but it's, fill me in. What's the topics of interest? Is it still the current political climate, which has a ton of people disgruntled? Is it, you know, a different pipe that came out that people are, you know, crazy about? It's a new fad, it's a new craze, or something of pipe making, or pipes in general, a new tobacco. What is the interest? Yes, we're getting ready for Christmas here in Pennsylvania. At least I am. And I'm looking forward to it. I need a little Christmas in my life. So, it's, something to very much look forward to. Many of you are probably wondering, well, what have you been up to? Why have you been gone for so long? I mean to tell you that my life is just as boring and non-existent as anything else. Of course, Hugh Hefner has passed away, so that was kind of not something that I was expecting, one would say, I suppose. And Hugh Hefner himself was a very profound pipe smoker, so... Many view him as a dirty old man, but he championed a lot of causes such as women's rights, civil rights, education, when it is involved in schools and so on and so forth, especially on the subject of sex and whatnot, so... He saved the Hollywood sign. He preserved a lot of films, including Casablanca and Gone with the Wind, through restoration and preservation. And these are the original films that we're talking about. He was one of the first television shows to actually have white people and black people on the same set, believe it or not. Nat King Cole, Cy Coleman, Ella Fitzgerald. Let's see who else. Pat Boone was on there, I do think. Sammy Davis Jr. A lot of famous big names were on his television show, and he broke down that barrier, so... Actually, he broke down a lot of barriers when you think about it, so... Ah. I've done some traveling, I suppose I should tell you. Went up to Chapman State Park, and I stayed with some friends there. That's up by the New York border. Went to Philadelphia, saw the Grand Masonic Lodge and Temple, Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, where they had the first Continental Congress in Philadelphia. Gettysburg, toward the battlefield, to stand there, to stand in the Masonic Hall, the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania, as well as Independence Hall and Gettysburg itself. You're standing there and you're thinking to yourself, how many people have stood in the same place that you have? To imagine the conversations that they would have had in Independence Hall about checks and balances, which is frightfully out of way right now, might I add. Frightfully out of way. The rights of man, the states' rights versus federal rights, and the governing of this institution that is the nation, and the diplomacy that needed to be worked out between all of the nations. Even in Gettysburg, just thinking, who laid here and took their last breath? It's a lot. It's really a lot to get out of here and force into words. I mean, there are words that could describe it, but there are no words that would do them justice. It's very profound. It's very... Like I said, to try and find a word for it, it's too much. It's almost too much. Now, I can only imagine the conversations that John Adams would have had with Hamilton and Jefferson, especially considering that each of them were on opposing sides to one another, and how they thought that the government should be run. And then you have this man, George Washington, who seemed to find a balance within all three. It's almost too much when you think about it. Quite amusing, because Washington always had an idea for everything. Well, this is the common ground, and this is where we can meet. But, you know, it's so amazing, so absolutely amazing to see how history has come together within the past 2 centuries. So... I suppose I've bored you long enough. Anyhow, just thought I would make this small video just to reintroduce myself and to let you all know that yes, I'm still alive, rather busy. Nothing too serious, so. Slight gurgle in this. Anyhow. Smoke and be happy and enjoy yourselves, because that is what life is all about. And I shall see you, hopefully, in the next video. Enjoy yourselves.